So continuing on with my ROV project, it's my ROV that I designed and am building. And here's the control box that's going to control it. And I'm getting closer to getting this done. So I have the DC speed controllers installed in here. So I have 4 DC motors that are going to be controlled by this. And I'll also eventually be able to add other things to this, like a manipulator arm to where I can grab things, and so if I like drop something overboard, I can send this down and pick it up, as long as it's no deeper than 150 feet. And probably a little less than that, because some of the cables going to be out of the water going to this control box. So, you know, I can go over 100 feet deep with this. So right now I need a way to connect the cable that's going to run from here to here. That's going to be 150 feet long. So I'm using Cat 6 cables, which are Ethernet cables. And I'm going to have to cut a hole in the back of this box here at the bottom, down here. And I'm going to put 2 of these connectors, because I'm going to have 2 Cat 6 cables. Because I only need 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. I only need 8 wires to run the DC motors. But like I said, I want to add other things to this. So I need more wires than that, and each Cat 6 cable has 8 wires inside of it. So I'm going to use 2 of them. So I'll have 16 wires. So that'll give me plenty of options to add things to here. So yeah, so I'm going to have to add these connectors here. And so I'm going to use my Dremel tool to cut a rectangle hole here so I can put both of these in. So I got 2 different colors. I got a blue one and a white one, kind of off-white. And the reason for that is because I'm going to have two cables. I got to make sure I connect them correctly. So that's why I went with 2 different colors. So next thing I'm going to do is hook up my Dremel tool and mark this out and attempt to cut a hole in it. Hopefully I don't ruin it. I'm use a carbide cutter on my Dremel tool, and I think I got one that's wore down, and is real small, and that's what I need. This carbide cutter is too big. I mean, it would work, but the corners are going to be the challenge when I cut out the rectangle shape in the bottom here. So here's one that's wore down, so it's pretty small. So I think I'll use that one. I really like these calipers, except for one thing. I have to take the battery out of it every time or it runs down. I don't know why. It shuts off, but evidently there's some parasitic draw on here that draws the battery down. And if I don't take it out every time I use this, next time I go to use it, the battery's dead. So it's got a little digital display on here, but it doesn't, it's not going to come on because the battery's dead. So, but it does have markings on the unit here. It's like a ruler. So I have inches and millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the thickness here, going this way with these 2, because I want them to fit in. I think I'm going to have to look at this. I think I can do this. I'm going to make 1 hole for both of these. So I don't want to do 2 different holes. That's going to be a little more tough to deal with. So I think I can do this with 1 big hole. So that's the size that I need, going in that direction. So that's the width. Make sure I don't move this. Carefully set it down. Okay, I got it marked. So, okay, I'm just going to look at it one more time, make sure it's where I want it. And I'm just going to double check here. Make sure it's centered. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and cut this with this Dremel tool and see if I can do this. So there we go. Let me double check I'm not going to cut anything that's inside here. I should be okay. Yeah, I'm good. There's foam back here that'll protect it too. So anyway, here's the rectangle shape. So I'm going to cut right along this aluminum bottom edge, and then I'll have to cut into this aluminum on the top here and make a rectangle cut right here. So I'm going to do that right now. And we'll start along the bottom first. And always want to wear eye protection when you use power tools. Last thing you want to do is end up in the emergency room. So I wasn't able to go all the way in as deep as I wanted to. Otherwise, I'd be cutting into the areas that I don't want to cut. So I'm going to have to see if I can pry this out now somehow. Yeah, that looks good. I got a round file, but that ain't going to do me any good. And I need to cut this piece of aluminum. Yeah. And a small file will... Oh, wait a minute. I do have a file, I think, if it'll work. Let's see. I have a Leatherman tool here. These things are really cool. They're like a Swiss Army knife. And they got needle nose pliers that pop out like that. And I have a file here. I'm going to go ahead and close this back up around like this. So just the file is out. Let me try this. See if this will work. Man, it's really looking like rain. It's going to be raining here in a minute or two. Unfortunately, the file is only on one side and it's not on the side I want. Let's see if I can make this work. It seems like it's working. Okay, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna file the other side where the white connector's at. So it'll move that white connector over a little bit. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh, that's better. Okay, that even looks better. It's gonna give me a little more room to play with. Okay, it just went in. That's it, I got it. That's it. Okay. So, hopefully you'll be able to see that. I haven't looked at it yet, but let's see, how does it look? Yeah? Yeah, that's it. So, it's not the cleanest job. I like stuff to be perfect when I work on stuff, but it's not. But it'll work. It'll work fine. So there you go. So 2 cat connectors. I'm gonna, the video cable for the fishing camera, I may have to put a separate connector in for that, and there's gonna be one other connector for the power supply. So this is gonna hook to my 12-volt house battery to run this thing. So on either side of this, I can put more connectors. So I'm not sure if the video signal will be a good idea to run the video signal through the cat cable. I think there might be interference with the with these DC motors. I'm sure there would be. So I'm going to have one of these connectors is going to run all 4 of these DC motors, and the other one's going to run a manipulator arm. So that's going to have a DC motor on it too. Yeah, so I'll probably have to keep the video cable separate. And then of course the power cable will connect. So I'll have a connector for the power and another connector for the video cable. So there'll be 4 connectors here. Yeah, that was the hard part. The other 2 connectors will be easy because it'll just be a round hole that I can drill with a drill. So little by little, I'm going to have to wrap this up because it's looking like rain, and I'm sure it's going to be pouring rain here in a couple of minutes. So if you found this video to be helpful or entertaining, please like and subscribe.